Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to Verse of the Day. My name is Sean Mark. Today I want to talk to you about all or nothing. And the scripture reading for today is taken from the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verses 5 and 6. Reading from the NLT, New Living Translation, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take." This is a beautiful verse, familiar to a lot of us believers, especially when we are seeking God for guidance. Indeed, many of us have even committed these verses into memory. Some of the words that come to my mind as I reflect and meditate upon these two verses are plain, simple, powerful, magnificent, but also unyielding, unbending. Why do I say that? And that is because I believe that the key to the two verses are in this phrase, all your heart. You see, brothers and sisters, half-heartedness or double-mindedness has never worked with God. And let me prove that to you from scripture. Reading from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29 and verse 13, reading from the New International Version, NIV, it says, "You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." And again in the book of James, chapter 1, verses 5 to 8, reading from the New King James, it says, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him who asks, ask in faith with no doubting. For he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. Let not that man suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways." And last but not least, I'm sure there are other passages talking about this, but this is the last one that I will quote from the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verses 15 and 16. And again, reading from the NIV, this is Jesus himself talking to the church of Laodicea. It says, "I know your deeds. You are neither cold nor hot. I wish you were either one or the other. So because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I am about to spit you out of my mouth." Brothers and sisters, I am constantly amazed by the Christians that I come across who, after they have made Jesus the Lord of their lives, given their lives to Jesus, after that salvation experience, they then live their own lives and then expect the Lord to bless it. And then they wonder why it doesn't work. It simply does not work that way. Again, have you ever heard of the phrase, Jesus is either Lord of all or not at all? I agree with that. And also for those of you who have been baptized, do you know that when you went into the water, you died with Him? A dead person has no ambition. And when you were raised from the water, it is no longer you who live, but Christ lives in you. Galatians 2:20. So my brothers and sisters, once you have squared away double-mindedness and half-heartedness, then I think we can start to dig into the rest of the verses of the day, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. So let us go back into that. Verse 5, reading again from the NLT, New Living Translation. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding." My fellow believers, whatever God has put in your heart to do is not going to be accomplished by your own intellect or your experience. It can only be accomplished by the power of God and the wisdom of God, and that is Christ. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 24. "But to those whom God has called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ, the power of God, and the wisdom of God. And then finally, verse 6. It becomes then so natural. When you seek to do His will, naturally, of course, God will then show you which path to take. My brothers and sisters, this is thank you for listening. This is my sharing for today. I hope you're blessed. Please click onto the subscribe button and leave me your comments and questions, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you and goodbye.